¿Cómo estamos, mi gente? Welcome to an edition of Must Love Wrestling that is very different from what we've been used to. As you see, I don't have the layout and I don't have the background anymore for the show. We have parted ways with Famcast Media. So Tyler and I will no longer be affiliated with Famcast Media, and we will be going back to our podcast with just the two of us. First things first, I'd like to say thank you so much to D Rotten, to Fernando Uribe, and my brother from another mother, Patrick. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on your show for so long. And I appreciate everything I learned from you guys. I appreciate everything that you did for me, especially David. It was really nice to have you set us up here the right way. We will be running the show without a producer from now on. It will just be Tyler and I. Um, but why don't we talk about The Rock? Why don't we talk about professional wrestling now that that stuff's out of the way? One of the things that I really, really enjoyed about last night's SmackDown was the fans being upset because whether you like it, whether you hate it, wrestling is supposed to make you feel something. I mean, guys, we're excited for a reason. It's one of those things where if you're not feeling some kind of way watching professional wrestling, then are you really enjoying the show? I mean, to be truthful with you, I was so excited. I mean, 20 years ago, The Rock was one of my favorite superstars ever. I was a bigger fan of The Rock than I was of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So I'm very excited that we get to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. Now, I held my judgment in terms of Cody versus Seth. I wasn't very happy with the booking decision, but hey, sometimes you just got to wait. And before I jumped on here and was irrational about it, I wanted to make sure that I gave it some time to marinate. I was very excited for the potential of Cody versus Seth, but I didn't like the way it was phrased. I didn't like how WWE kind of made Cody like the meal ticket and made Roman and Seth kind of like beg him to pick them for WrestleMania. That I found so odd. I didn't like Seth's promo on Monday. I genuinely didn't like the way the promo was cut yesterday on SmackDown, but I truly enjoyed that we're now moving forward and we're starting to book the card little by little. Now we have Bailey versus EO, and Bailey dropped some Japanese on live television, which was awesome. I'm sure one day WWE will have a uploaded video with the subtitles so we know exactly what she said. And I love that. I love that right now we have no idea what she said to them. I love that it's the Kabuki Warriors and EO are now damage control. Where does Dakota stand in this? Will she screw Bailey? It's a very exciting time to be a wrestling fan. I'm super excited. I think that moving forward, the 150,000 people that dislike the video with The Rock and Roman Reigns in the ring, they'll draw you in. You'll be excited by the time we get there. Right now, you're just being irrational and you have absolute control over your own emotions. You're allowed to be irrational. It's your choice. You could have sat back and waited the way I did. And now we know we're going to get Seth versus Cody. So it's going to be their fourth matchup. Is Cody going to go undefeated against Seth Rollins? Is he going to win the World Heavyweight Championship? Is he going to win the Workers title? Although I do believe the Workers title is the Intercontinental Championship. But Gunther has proven that over 600 plus days. The guy's had so many title defenses. He's had so many matches and he loves wrestling. And he tells us that. Cody versus Seth is a story that's been told for years. You can go back to Cody and Goldust winning the tag titles from Roman and Cody, Roman and Seth. I mean, we go far back. This is years upon years upon years, and now they get to main event WrestleMania together. Because unfortunately, as excited as I was this past couple weeks, thinking that Becky versus Rhea was going to be main event of night one, I genuinely believe that Cody will get the main event just because it's Cody Rhodes. I don't believe Seth is bigger than Rhea and Becky, but I believe Cody is. And I think that's how WWE looks at him, especially since he just told us he was the guy and he's always been the guy. So he will close night one. There's a bunch of these out there that are super upset about The Rock getting this spot with Roman. But guys, this is the best way to have Roman pass Hogan on the all-time list without hurting Cody Rhodes. This actually is a good thing. I understand how upset everybody is, and I feel you. But let's just let it play out. Let's wait and see what happens. This could be a good thing. I mean, just look at the WrestleMania card as it stands. Jimmy versus Jay. Damian and Finn versus Awesome Truth. That's right, I predicted that too, so I'm very excited about that. Seth versus Cody, Becky versus Rhea, Bayley versus Io, Rock versus Roman. I mean, Drew versus Sammy, unless Drew has just catapulted himself and now it's a triple threat, because that would be awesome too. It would also save Seth if he truly is injured. It would actually help him to not have to do all of the work in the match between him and Cody if it was the three of these guys. I know there's some disdain out there towards The Rock right now, and I think a lot of it stems with the Oprah video. But guys, this is pro wrestling. Controversy creates cash. That is a moniker that Eric Bischoff has just absolutely tried to instill in each and every wrestling fan's brain. The Rock being there, whether you like it or you dislike it, as long as you're emotional about it, they're going to give it to us. I saw a comparison that this is Cody Rhodes being 2014 Daniel Bryan. And I thought to myself, that is so untrue. That is such an unfair comparison. And let me tell you why. Bryan was on his way to the pre-show. Okay? The fans took over because they knew that WWE didn't want to do anything. Cody just won the Rumble. He's going to main event night one against Seth frickin' Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. These are so not the same things, guys. Cody has this ability to draw you in. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Cody Rhodes is the Derek Jeter of the WWE. The only difference is that he left the WWE for a little bit, but he is Derek Jeter. For those Yankee fans out there, rock with me for a minute. Derek Jeter came up in 1995, and we got to watch him grow. We got to see all the ups, all the downs, all the errors, all the strikeouts. We got to watch it all. And then he became a legend. He was the Yankees. He became the captain, the guy. Mark Teixeira just told us a really great story about the first time he interviewed with Tino Martinez when he got signed to the Yankees. And he asked Tino for advice, and Tino's advice was, do what Jeter does. I mean, that's kind of how it is in WWE, right? If you get signed there and you go to a big dog, they're going to ask you, what do I do? How do I fit in? And everybody's going to tell you, do what Cody does. Work your ass off. Make them have to put you in a spotlight. They call it being Drew McIntyre because he left, got better, came back. And now look at him. The best story, the best version of Drew McIntyre we've ever gotten. And the guy's a two-time WWE champion. He carried this company during the pandemic, him and Bayley. They carried this company. Guys, we need to sit back, relax, let it play out. This just happened less than 24 hours ago. I believe wholeheartedly that after a couple of Rocky promos, people will be invested. They'll be hooked. The first time Rock gets physical with the bloodline, finding out whether or not Jacob Fatu is going to get signed with WWE. Is Jey Uso going to side with The Rock? Is this a complete civil war in the bloodline? This is going to be one of the best WrestleManias ever. I'm excited to say that me and my son will be there. We're actually going to be going to a couple of live events here because we're also going to Revolution to watch Sting's final match. So hopefully next week, Sting and Darby win the tag team championships from Big Bill and Ricky Starks. It will be Sting's last title, and he'll be able to drop it to the Young Bucks at Revolution. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for sitting here. I apologize for the somber beginning of the show, but if there's anything else you'd like to talk about, please hit me up on TikTok. That's Macho_Rodriguez. You can hit up Tyler on X at Grizzly Canadian, myself on X at LewisR826. We'd love to have conversations with you. TikTok is the way to go for me. So follow our Instagram, follow our YouTube page, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining. And until next time, I'm out.